All right, welcome everyone. So today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Obviously, we're going to be focusing on Bitcoin, but we're obviously going to take a look at the crypto market as a whole. We're going to be focused on, if this is the bottom for Bitcoin, which alts do we think has the highest or the biggest potential to run. So basically what I will be looking at here is I'm going to be talking a little bit about COVID, the potential new threat from COVID. Is it really a threat? Is this an overreaction or not? And then try to make different scenarios for how the markets will potentially behave when the markets open on Monday, depending on what the news actually is surrounding COVID. We're going to be taking a look at the S&P 500, the dollar currency index, look at the DXY to see what's happening there, and try to kind of get a big, good overview of what's happening in the crypto market right now. So guys, if you have any questions, and really specifically, like if you have any questions regarding the Nest Club, if you're wondering about any subscriptions or anything like that, because we had the 14 days trading congress, and I've been getting a lot of DMs and a lot of comments asking what the community is all about and what the different tiers of subscriptions actually mean. So let me know if you have any questions around that, and let me remind you about the Black Friday sales that's going on right now. As you can see in the scrolling text below, if you want to use that discount code, it's going to be available. Not sure how long, just a couple of days left to use that code. So check that out if you want. And if you have any questions regarding Bitcoin, altcoins, or anything like that, just let me help you out here. So yeah, all right. So yeah, okay. This, I think 2 weeks ago, yeah, about 2 weeks ago, I drew this chart right here, right? So we had about 2 weeks ago, I had my Bitcoin report in the Birb Discord. By the way, guys, that's actually free, right? So the daily Bitcoin report, that's actually free. So if you're not in the Discord, you're actually missing out on some major alpha right there, because every day a member of our team writes a pretty comprehensive report on Bitcoin's current price action and what we think is happening. So I said we were trading up here, I believe, around the this is 2 weeks ago. I don't know, I don't care. So we were trading. Let me open a app here so I can write on the screen. If you're wondering what app I'm using, it's something called Epic Pen. It's pretty cool to be able to write on the screen. So I posted the chart when we were trading up here, right? I made three scenarios, right? And obviously the green scenario has been changed with price action, and that's what you have to do as a trader. You have to adapt to current price. So yes, you just can't look at price and say, I think price is going to go this way and that way. And then 2 weeks later, you're going to look at the same chart and like, I still think it's going to go that way, because 2 weeks of price action, it's a whole lot more information. And you have to take that into account and make new scenarios, right? If the first one didn't really play out. So one scenario that has been playing out is the yellow one, right? The yellow one. I remember having one green that said something like this, right? Obviously not valid anymore. It's just not valid. The green scenario, the most bullish scenario, is not valid. I really did think we were going to see something like this along these lines, right? Well, I didn't really think that's the wrong word. I didn't really think we were going to see something like this, but I wanted to see something like this. As a bull, I wanted to see something like this, and it really did look like we had a potential for our double bottom here. But of course, along comes fundamental news, macroeconomic happening. Well, I guess it's not a macroeconomic happening, but it's definitely a fundamental major news event. The news that a new variant of COVID has been found in South Africa. You all know about that, right? But what do we actually know? So what do we actually know? I've been watching some videos and reading some articles on this, and we don't really know much, right? What we know is that it could be potentially dangerous, but it seems like it's likely to be as dangerous as the previous variants, right? So it seems like there's no Well, Monday, Sunday, I guess it depends on what time zone you're in. But yeah, I guess Sunday evening, my time would be 11 in the evening. My time, the market's open. So around, I'm not sure. Now we're in winter time, so it's 10 or 11 in the evening on Sunday. So it's 2 hours from Monday. So I'm just gonna say, um, I'm just gonna say, um, Monday. So this is an interesting comment right here. So it has nothing to do with COVID, but we have to, like, why wouldn't it have something to do with COVID? The COVID news came out, and investors obviously became fearful because of now you might go down the path of a lot of different conspiracy theories here and talk about COVID in different ways, but we have to, like, that discussion is another discussion. The discussion we're having right now is what happened, and not really why did it happen. Um, Something happened, and somebody discovered the COVID variant, and they said this might be potentially very dangerous. And investors in the market kind of panicked because they were thinking lockdowns, more lockdowns, more lockdowns, which will be bad for the economy. What is bad for the economy is usually not good for the economy. Like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, what's bad for the economy will not keep prices going up. You know this. You know this. Now we can talk about COVID, whatever, but let's just try to keep it simple here, right? So yeah, that's it. So people say that the new COVID variant could be dangerous, right? But is it dangerous? Well, we don't really know. A lot of people say that it's not more dangerous than the previous variants, right? But that doesn't really matter. So we have to what we have to think about here is, what will governments do next week? What will governments do as an answer to this? Will there be new lockdowns? Will there be new constraint on that will affect the economy? And if that's the case, then yes, the economy will get affected, and Bitcoin is not going to pump in a scenario like this. All right. With that said, is Bitcoin bearish? No, Bitcoin is not bearish, and that's the reason. That's the real reason behind having this stream, right? So during the Traders Congress and in the Burbness, we've constantly, on a daily basis, we hold webinars like this one, and I'm constantly on a daily basis updating the members on the market. And there hasn't really been a major shift in Bitcoin's price action during this uptrend, right? The daily candle that we had yesterday is nothing out of the ordinary. It's nothing out of the ordinary, right? But then we have to remember that this happened last time we had a COVID crash, or the first COVID crash, which probably is going to be the first and the last one, if unless there's a major, like a really, really dangerous variant coming along, right? So if you look at the S&P 500, right, this is a very, very bearish candle. But what happened on the last COVID crash? Well, we had something very similar happening. We had multiple days of bearish price action. This COVID crash did not happen in one day, one candle. It takes a while. So it started in it started in the same way. It started in the same way, guys. So we have to be cautious. We have to really be cautious here, right? But then again, you look at Bitcoin and you ask yourself, are we in a bearish market structure? Hell no, we're not in the bearish market structure. We're not even close to being in a bearish market structure. You have to understand, like, to be in a major bearish market structure, we actually have, I do believe that this is way low. I do perhaps believe that the bull market and the bullish market structure, my gut feeling says that it would be invalidated before, but that's not TA. Trusting my gut feeling, that's not TA. This is the higher low, right? So this is a low, and this is the higher low. Now, what does technical analysis 101 tell us about trends. An uptrend is higher highs and higher lows. So if this is a low and this is a higher low and this is a higher high, or the first high, let's just say whatever, this is a high, right? And this region right here is a higher high, then even down here, we would have a higher low. All right. Now, I do think that would be extremely bearish to see a move, but honestly, like even a touch of 40 would still be equal lows, right? So not a bearish market structure. However, let's say we lose the 52, the 50 region right here, this level right here. What if we lose this level, right? So what if price starts trading lower, right? We break support and we have a wick down and then start trading upwards. Not bearish, because we wicked right down into the long RLC. If you've been following me for a while, if you're in the Birbness, you know what the long RLC is. If you don't know about that, I'll get into the community and I'll have a webinar on this for you if you're interested. Anyway, so a wick down, no problem. A daily candle and then a daily candle, like a daily candle close below, no problem. But if we start seeing a daily candle close below, another one below, some range, rejection, move lower, then yeah, I think that that at that point, it's going to look pretty ugly. It's going to look pretty ugly because we then have a significant daily structure below 50K. And in that case, I'm definitely going to be bearish, right? Definitely going to be bearish. But then again, we could just range here, boom, reclaim 50K again. Well, then, you know, it's back. So I made a short video on Twitter. If you're not following on Twitter, check it out. I'm at libs42, as the name suggests on the camera down the left. I did a short clip where I kind of explained how to confirm the bottom, right? How do you confirm the bottom on a dip like this? And it's pretty straightforward, right? We have certain things we look for, right? We have certain things we look for, and that is rounded bottoms and breaking market structure, right? So let's say you want to, by the way, guys, we're getting a lot of viewers coming in here, so hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, which I don't think you are, but if you're new, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't liked the video yet, I'm seeing a lot of viewers, but fairly low like count. So please hit that like button. It's going to be, you know, very small gesture, helps me and help the channel, and it helps more people to get in here, and we can help them not panic as much over the current price action on Bitcoin, because it's actually quite bullish, right? So yeah, how do you confirm a bottom? Well, there's a couple of things that I look for, and we can turn to this chart right here for that. And I'm just going to, you know, do a quick little one-on-one tutorial on market structure, right? So what does the perfect market picture look like? What is the perfect market structure, right? Well, we have uptrend, higher highs and higher lows, a range, right? And when a range happens at the top of a major a major uptrend, and you have like that breakdown and break and retest of the lows, this is a distribution range, right? And you then enter a downtrend, right? A range, break and retest, continue up with the uptrend, accumulation range. So distribution, accumulation, and if you look at the overall picture, this is a major primary uptrend, right? Okay, so let's say you're long in this market right here, and then this happens, and you're like, ah, fuck, it dumped, right? Now we're in the bear market again, but then you see a bottom here, right? And you're like, well, if this is the bottom, then it's actually high low, and this could go like this and start a new uptrend. But you want to wait, like let's say this is a major support area, right? Let's say this is a major support area right here, but you really want to wait, right? You don't want to have orders you're sitting here, because what if it's a real bear market and you're just going to break it to the downside, right? So looking at Bitcoin right here, you don't want orders you're sitting here, because you see this, you could see the red scenario play out. So what do you want to see? Well, you want to see a higher low, right? You want to see this type of, like, this would be perfect, right? This would be perfect. And then you see on this bounce down here, you actually had a very beautiful daily bullish engulfing with a stochastic bull cross below 30. That is also something very nice to see. But if, like, yes, you could have bought here, but yes, very, very risky. I know we actually had a call in the Burbness that Birb posted himself around this area where we longed. But what I'm looking for, I'm the type of trader who sits on my hands a lot, and I wait a lot for price action to confirm that it's what I think or what I want to happen is actually happening. When I have that confirmed, I enter. So right here, what happened was we broke above these highs. We broke above the range, and you can kind of see here that using the previous example, we have an uptrend, distribution range, somewhat of a downtrend, accumulation range, and then boom, the primary uptrend is, continuing. So where was this confirmed? Where was the continuation of the uptrend confirmed in this case? Well, that was right here when we had a bullish break in market structure, where we went from lower highs and lower lows into a higher high and a higher low. That is when we had the confirmation, and that is when I entered Bitcoin after selling the loss of the 50 EMA and the daily up here. That's where I went back into Bitcoin, and I haven't sold yet because I do believe that the trend is still very bullish. So now we look at this. This is one example. Like this is one example of confirming the bottom when you have a range. This is the second way of confirming the bottom when it doesn't enter a range. It just forms a rounded bottom, right? So there's a difference between creating a support area that's going to be the major bottom, and that support area is formed as a range, a longer term range right here. And then you have a shorter version, which usually happens when the trend is already established. When you already have a confirmation of uptrend, the bottom will not play out. Most likely, most of the time, it doesn't play out like a range, right? Most of the time, it plays out like some type of a rounded bottom, and that could actually look very different, right? Could look very different, but you want to see, the wicks coming down like this, right? Then you want to see the wicks going like this, right? So you're gonna have a rounded bottom, just like you have here. Well, actually, it's equal here, but you have low, then slightly higher, and you can definitely look at this as some type of rounded bottom, right? And then you have a low time frame range. If you look at the 4 hour, this would be a 4 hour low time frame range. And when you break above that range, you could confirm that this is now the bottom, right? Daily rounded bottom, a 4 hour bullish break in market structure, right? So if the daily starts looking like this, right? You get a daily candle here, next one here, and then kind of one here, here, and it kind of stop moving like this, right? And reclaiming the 60K region. Obviously, like, you will miss out on a fairly big move, right? You will miss out on a 10% move, but who cares? If Bitcoin is going to 100K, who cares if you miss out on a 10% move if the target is 100%? If the target is 100%, who cares about a 10% move if waiting for that 10% move increases the likelihood of your trade making you much more money? Well, obviously, most people, yeah, of course, Hamza cares, but he's not like most people. Most people will stop buying here because they look at this and like, this is the bottom, this is the bottom, this is the bottom. Add leverage. I'm gonna add leverage because the dump hasn't happened yet. And what if I add 25 times leverage and I sell here? Easy, right? Easy money. I'm gonna make so much money, and then boom, stopped out. And then what do you see? Daily around the bottom, reclaim of 60. This is when I enter. This is why when I enter, and new people, new traders, they've already liquidated down here. Everyone's liquidated with a big fat wick, right? Because you tried to catch the bottom. Why not wait until that happens? Why not wait until the bottom is here? It's I get this question a lot, right? Is it okay to buy now? Can I buy Bitcoin now? can I buy Litecoin now? Is it okay if I enter everything, if I go all in on Bitcoin right now? And it's like, no, no, I wouldn't do that. Please don't enter everything you have. Like, don't sell your house and buy Bitcoin because you think this is the bottom. Wait for the bottom to be in and sacrifice 10% profit to actually then sell your house. You know what I mean? We get a lot of things going on in the chat with why would you want to sell your Bitcoin and stuff like that. I'm not saying sell your Bitcoin. I'm saying sell your house and buy Bitcoin. Like, it's very different, very different. And I'm joking, by the way. Like, everything I say, when it's not everything I say that has nothing to do with TA is most likely somewhat not serious. So when I when I tell you to sell your dog or house or whatever, obviously I don't mean that, because you probably don't have a house. But of course you might have a house, but don't do that. Don't do that. So yes, I'm really bad at identifying bottoms or tops. I still rely on you guys. This is the guy who told me he successfully scalped and was up 20R in one day. All right, 20R in one day, and he's telling me he can't identify tops or bottoms. Well, if you can't identify tops or bottoms, but you are able to scalp very, very successfully inside a trend, then why do you even care about identifying bottoms or tops? If you have a very successful way of scalping, just do that. All right, just do that, and never mind the bottoms and the tops, because I'm a trend following trader. I will always be wrong at the top and I will always be wrong at the bottom. Okay? Why? Because I buy the break and retest in an uptrend, right? So I'm going to buy the break and retest, I'm going to buy the break and retest, and then I'm at the top and I'm going to buy the break and retest and I get stopped out. All right? When we're in a downtrend, I'm going to buy the rejection of resistance after a breakdown, and I'm going to keep on doing that, and then I'm going to get stopped out, and that's going to be the bottom, right? But I'm always going to be wrong at the bottom. I'm always going to be losing money at the bottom, and I'm always going to be losing money at the top. So do I try to time the bottom or time the top? No, because I trade in the middle of the trend, not at the top or at the bottom, because I don't care about catching the top or catching the bottom. I want to like flow in and out of the markets, and I can't do that, at the tops and the bottoms. It's a totally different game. Now, if you're able to do that, congratulations, that's fantastic. I know Birb is a legendary bottom and top caller. Like, I don't know how he does it, but I don't know. Like, he looks at perhaps a little bit more on sentiment, and he tries to incorporate more investment type of trading, while I'm just a pure price action. Well, not pure price action, but I'm basically looking at a very specific system that I trade. A very specific system that I trade. All right, let's not give Hamza too much time here. When Lambo? Well, probably never. All right, so why not spread the buying? Well, yes, you could definitely do that, and that is something I do somewhat when I add to my spot bags, right? So when I look at my spot holdings, my long-term bag, I do somewhat kind of add small amounts on the way down, small amounts, but it's not until it's not until I really confirm that the bottom is in that I really add size. Okay. Right, so we have like a guy in the background, right? We have like our graphics guy telling me that there's stuff I shouldn't be talking about because like YouTube can ban us, which is pretty insane. But yeah, let's stick to trading. That's weird, man. That is so insane. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's stick to trading and let's do TA. So I'm a trader. I'm a looking at the I have a very specific system where I trade the trend, right? But then I have a spot holding, a long-term holding, which is a different type of trading. It's more a investment type of trading where I basically just buy the dips in the bull market. And yes, I have bought this dip on that account, but it's not big. I will, however, when there's a clear bottom, I will just move most of my funds that I have laying around into that portfolio, because if Bitcoin can really survive this, and we reclaim 60K, like holy shit, that's going to be massive. It's going to be massive. I do, however, think that December is going to be a like I do expect a lot of volatility in the forex market come December, and I like Bitcoin is just one pair, like BTC USD is just one pair, so there will be volatility, you know, but I don't want to short it, right? So if it's volatility to the downside, I'm not really interested in shorting that. So I will be focused on trying to catch good Forex positions to get in on that volatility, right? But if the volatility is to the upside on Bitcoin, which will happen if macroeconomics events come out and if something bearish happens to the USD, right? So we're going to see what the Fed is doing in the near term future. If that's going to affect the price, or not the price, but the strength of the dollar. If the dollar weakens, because guys, you look at the dollar currency index. This is the weekly. I mean, look at this in insane strength, but we are hitting resistance. You know, we are hitting resistance right here, which yes, I do trade commodities some, but it's been very hard to trade gold and silver. It's been very hard to trade gold and silver lately. I can't really see any any good setups on silver or gold, unfortunately. So I'm just sticking to forex at this point. The dollar extremely strong, very strong, but it's hitting resistance, right? So we look at the daily. That's a pretty massive dip, but still in an uptrend, right? So if we break this uptrend, and we see some weakness from the dollar, this will be good for Bitcoin. And I want to see this. I want to see the US dollar break this uptrend. And best case scenario, it breaks the uptrend and then boom, breaks the 94 area as well. That would be like super bullish. And I think that we need to see that. It's not necessarily long term, but if we're gonna get out of this dip short term, we need to see some bearish development on the dollar currency index. But I guess I got my 4-year-old son is sleeping upstairs. I have this baby monitor. Yesterday he woke up around this time, so I'm just making sure that if he wakes up, I'll have to run, and I'm just gonna have to actually end the stream because it's gonna take him quite a long while to get back to sleep. So if he wakes up, I'm just gonna say bye, good night, and all that, and end the stream, right? So in the beginning, we talked about how I wanted to look at Bitcoin, and if this is a bounce, right? So let's say the markets open on Monday, and by the way, when I say markets open on Monday, I got some guy commenting that it opens on Sunday evening. But usually what I do is I want to see the European Open. So I base most of my decision on the Monday trading session on the European Open, which is... I'm real sick of these winter times and summer times. Who came up with that idea? Who cares if it's 1 hour, this and that? But I think it's at 9 or 8 in the morning when it opens. That shit gets me confused. Hopefully we'll get rid of that yeah, but you're in England, right? So you're one hour behind. Anyway, so it should be 9 a.m. my time, right? No, it's 9 my time. You're saying 8, you're saying 9, but where are we? Where am I? Where are you? Right, so altcoin strength. Which are the strongest altcoins? So I don't have a lot of time, so let's do an insanely quick market scan. This is going to be the quickest market scans you've ever seen. So I'm going to go through all the FTX perp contracts on like all the futures on FTX, right? So now you're going to witness the fastest market scan in history. So I'm going to be adding all the strong ones to the green list. Do we see strength? Do we have strength? Do we have strength? Strong, no. Right, so 140 pairs. What do we have here? What do we have here? What do we have here? Let's do quick. I'll share this list in the my individual channel in the Birdness as well, so you can check that out. Do we have any strength? It's not going to take that long. Just maybe 2 minutes or something like that. Dash, no way. Dawn, what is this? All right. So I want to see like what do I want to be buying here? What do I want to be buying? Not dot ENG. Holy hell, yes. ETC, no way. Ethereum, yes. FIDA, yes. Phil. So you might be wondering like what the hell is he doing? But basically what I'm doing is I have the daily 20 and 50 EMA, and I'm basing everything on the daily 20 and 50. So if the price is below the daily 20 and 50, I don't want to buy it. If the daily 20 EMA is below the 50, I'm not interested. I want a clear trend. Like I said, I'm a trend following trader. And if there's no trend, I'm not going to be buying. I'm not going to be trading. And if it's a downtrend, I'm not interested because I believe crypto is an uptrend, so I should be looking at longs only. So if there's a trend, I'm in. If there's an uptrend, I want to be in, right? And look at Link. What's happening on Link? That's insane. LRC invented probably cure for cancer. Looking at the chart, Litecoin. I gotta have Litecoin on the list because Litecoin is Litecoin, and I need that on the list. Wow. And you will see that some coins actually do fit the criteria, but I'm not adding them anyway. And that is because I just don't get a bad feeling when I look at the chart, right? Just get a bad feeling. And if I have a bad feeling, it's gone. It needs to be clean. It needs to be like, all right, I want to be buying here. I want to be buying there. If there's clear levels on the daily, I'm in, right? So if there's no clear levels, I'm out. I don't want to trade that pair. It needs to be easy, right? Trading is supposed to be as easy as possible, as stressless, stress-free as possible. If there's not a clean chart, if price action is not clean, you're not going to be, well, SHIB actually looks decent. Right, Sol, yes. SRM, we're at S. Not long. Already taken 2 minutes to think, so I'm a little bit behind. Good, Tomo looks good. Looks good. TRX, no way, I have TRX still. So VET is gone. Waves, gone. All right, we're coming to the last part of the list right here, and I'm gonna move into the green list. We're gonna check the green list. Do we have anything interesting going on the pairs that we've selected? All right, so this is the green list, right? So that's the list, and we now have how many? 33. So let's do a secondary scan of all of these. One, no. Sand, yes. Sol, yes. AVAX, yes. ETLD, BAT, Ethereum. What the fuck is going on to BAT? Like, wow. This kind of sucks because, you know, we looked at BAT. So BAT absolutely goddamn like insanely strong. Not sure what's happening with this one, but I mean, we would remember having an analyst meeting in the Birdness with rest of the traders, and we said like, look at this, right? We have that accumulation area, like major accumulation area on the daily, double bottom, right, and the breakout, and it's holding that support. The problem here that I did not find a setup that aligned with my system, but I did add some spot exposure because it kind of looked good, but I didn't really have any specific plan for it. So FTM, actually I'm removing FTM. Tomo is good. Boba, this is I don't even know what this is. I got a good. Abisha told me to look at this, so I'm looking at it. HNT, good trend. Terrible. Lena. So you want to be selective. Lena looks fucked. So Crow, Rune. And if I say that something looks bad, I'm not saying that it's a shitty product you should sell. I'm just saying that I'm not going to be trading it. Rune, let's add an alert here on Rune and remove that one. I got FIDA. So at the end of this webinar or live stream, which I will have to end in like 10 minutes, I will have a list for you guys with the strongest coins in the market right now. So if the bottom for Bitcoin is in, and this is actually the bottom for Bitcoin, I will have a list for you guys. You're gonna be seeing it on stream, but I'm gonna be posting a picture in the Discord. You will see it on stream here. These are gonna be the strongest coins for me, and honestly, I do have a pretty good system for this. It's very simple. It relies on trending markets, but statistically, my green list is very, very strong. So statistically looking at the coins in my green list, when I'm done with the scan, they move very, very nicely. So if you follow these coins that I'm gonna, about to give you, you should be able to find some pretty good long trades using this list, right? And I'm very selective. That's why I'm removing some, and you might say like, oh shit, I'm in Matic. Why did he remove Matic? But Matic is actually looking pretty good, but I'm gonna remove it anyway because it's not ready. It's not ready for me to enter. I need to see some more stuff. CRO. I'm holding this spot like I told you guys here. I told you guys here that the breakout is going to be massive. The breakout is going to be massive, and that was 300% ago, right? So I'm not trading this, but I have a pretty large bag of this, right? So I'm going to remove that from the list. HNT, I'll actually removing that one as well. Sen, it looks good. This one not, and it's still in an uptrend because I did the scan and still in a pretty decent uptrend, but I need to see confirmation. I need to see confirmation before I can actually trade it. And if the chart looks just shit like Qtum here, Qtum, wow, that's a weird name. It looks weird, so I'm just gonna remove it. Bow, this is a crazy pump. I'll remove that because there's no way I'm gonna be trading a pump like this. BNB, looks good, looks good. CRV, looks good. ENG, yes, looks good. Hum, sounds like Metaverse. Humanscape. This is interesting. I want to be buying that retest. MTA, Meta. I guess I have to have this on the list. Ren, no. CACSC, yes, absolutely. Look at that, beautiful. SHIB, you know what? Yes. We have to look for a bounce here. Zcash looking good. So this is the list, right? This is the list, and you have it right here to the left. So you can pause the screen. You can pause the live stream. Look at this. Zoom in if you like. Take a screenshot. These are the coins that you should have on your watch list for next week. If the legacy markets open bullishly and Bitcoin is forming a bottom come Monday, and we might even reclaim 60, these coins right here have a very high probability of continuing its current uptrend. So what I'm saying here is these coins are in an uptrend. And they are in an uptrend while Bitcoin is dumping, and still Bitcoin is an uptrend, but a lot of altcoins, most altcoins have really been hurt on this dump right here. But these coins right here is still in a healthy, clear, good-looking uptrend. And these are the coins you want to be buying, the coins that are showing strength relative to the market. So relative strength in the altcoin market is very, very important to look at. So when you're scanning the altcoin market and you're looking for setups, always in the back of your head, keep in mind that a bullish market structure in a sea of red means strength, and strength is something you want to be buying. Remember, there's a saying that is, you want to buy the blood, right? Well, yes, you might want to be buying the blood, but looking at the altcoin market, there's some blood here you might not want to be buying. There's some clear downtrends. However, if there's a general blood in the market and there's an uptrend, so when you hear people say buy the blood, it doesn't mean you're supposed to buy the shittiest shitcoin out there. It means that when there is major blood in the market, when there's fear and blood on the streets, whatever, when you see dead people all around. No, I'm kidding. So when there's a lot of fear in the market, you want to be looking for strength, relative strength. That's what it's all about, right? So that is what it's all about. It's not about finding coins that are crashing. It's about finding the coins that are not crashing, while generally everything else is crashing. Yes, this is also very true here, right? People usually confuse the idea with buying strength and buying pumps, right? So we can look. Let's see if we can find an example here on a. So this is a pump, right? So you after this live stream, hopefully you won't say like, "Oh, Libs told me to buy strength, so I'm gonna be buying the coin that have pumped the most," right? No, that's not how you're supposed to be doing it. You're supposed to be buying here. All right. You're supposed to be buying the dips in the coins that are showing strength. So let's see if we have anything like that right now. AVAX. AVAX, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Hitting that trend line, hitting the daily 20 EMA absolutely beautifully, right? Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Now you look at the 1 hour. If you bounce here, nice, very, very nice. That's a good trade right there. Because if you look at the daily, how bullish is this? How bullish is this? Very, very bullish. All right, guys. So, oh man, we got a lot of people joining. I don't want to end the stream when we have a lot of people joining. Like, guys, we really love to continue this live stream, but I'm very, very low on time today. So it's only been about 40 minutes. But you guys, if you're watching this and you're not part of the Birb Nest, I'm in there every day. I'm available 24/7 in the Birb Nest to answer all questions. And if you have a question, I usually sometimes also record a quick video for you, a 2 to 10 minute video explaining concept in detail. I will do short requests and everything for you. And if I do see any setups on these right here, if I do see any setups on the coins that I have in this list, we will be posting setups on that in the Birb Nest. So if you're not in and you're interested in getting to know the team and getting more analysis like this from me on a daily basis, we are running the Black Friday sales right now. So check that out. And you honestly, we only run these for a day or two. And it's not often that we have discounts on our services. So if you've been thinking about joining the Discord, and if you have any questions, you can DM me on Discord if you want to know more about the community and stuff like that. So just let me know. A couple of questions before we go. You can set your stop loss until your limit order has went through correct. Well, you should be able to have OCO orders on Binance, but honestly, the way I'm trading, I'm using 3 comments, right? So when I'm adding to my spot holdings for my spot portfolio, I'm not using a stop loss. I have alerts, and I will exit when there's a bearish break in market structure, right? But when I'm trading my system, when I'm day trading, I use 3 comments where I'm able to enter entry order, stop loss, and take profit. When I'm trading the Forex market on Prime XPT, I can't connect 3 comments to Prime XPT. So what I do is I always wait for confirmation, and I then market buy when there's confirmation. And on Prime XPT, I can market buy, set take profit, and set stop loss on the same order. Right, more questions. I bought BMBO Bamboo coin at all-time highs. How screwed am I? You're screwed, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. What is this? This is not even BM. I'm not gonna look at the chart because the name Bamboo coin says everything, right? If it's not if it sounds like a new coin, if there's not a lot of price action, I can't do T on it anyway. But yeah, it kind of sounds like you're screwed. So I'm sorry about that. Bet you no, make very little on referral commissions. I do I make way more money on train. Like I don't even think I have any referral commissions at all. My two main incomes is the work I do for the Burbnest and this channel and trading. And I'd say trading makes up in like the absolute biggest part of my income. So don't like, you have to understand, guys. Like you have to understand, I'm a full-time trader. I do this for a living. Trading and my trading profits is what is paying my bills. And the same goes for Aperture and the trader in the Burbnest are traders, right? We trade for a living. So if I stop trading, I'm gonna have to get another job. So it's not like that, guys. It's not like that, guys. And if you follow me for a while, you know that I'm a trader. You know that I'm a trader, and you know that by simple stuff. And I think I made a video on how you can catch a fake trader. You know what I mean? Like how you can how you can see that a YouTuber is just a YouTuber and a trader is just a trader. I'm not gonna say names, but I might do that anyway. But I'm not gonna say names. But there's a very big guy, big character on YouTube, one of the biggest, who's like perhaps not a trader. You didn't have somebody like Crown, like Crypto Crown, who has like a major YouTube channel. He's a trader, So compare the two, and you will see the differences. People, traders, they will show you the losers. You know what I mean? They will show you losers. You know what I mean? And they will teach you from their own mistakes, and they will accept losing, they will accept failure, and they will talk about how failing and losing in trading is a major part about about trading. All right, I'm not saying it's a bad thing being a crypto influencer or an influencer at all. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. They're wonderful people and they're doing a great job, and it's just fantastic. I'm not just saying it's a bad thing, but there is people saying that they're actually traders when they don't have an idea about trading. Ask them about the trading system. What's the trading system? If they can't if they can't explain their trading system to you in like 5 sentences, it's gonna be hard. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. It's I don't really watch that, but it's nothing wrong with it. So we got some more questions here. Let's see. All right, guys. Yeah, okay. I'm done. No more questions. I'm out. See you guys in the next live stream, and next one's probably going to be private for the. I know a lot of people talk about Litecoin, so let's just do one quick Litecoin before I go. Yeah, so Litecoin is right now testing the reload zone. We broke through that ascending trend line right here. We are below the daily 20 and 50 EMA, but we are in. I mean, we have. I guess I'm not really using trend lines much in my analysis, but we have that one. I don't really care about that one, honestly. We have a good horizontal level, like a decent horizontal level that I'm looking for for Litecoin is this area right here. And you can kind of see how it's in conflict with the midpoint of the reload zone right here. That's around 185, right? So if we do see a bounce around 185, we could even see a wick down to that ascending trend line right here. So something like this, right? So this would be the best case scenario, right? Bitcoin dumps a little bit more. Litecoin hits that trend line conflict with the 0.786, the lower part of the reload zone, and then forms some type of round, like double bottom, like this, that would be like absolutely fantastic for Litecoin. Now, usually we don't get perfect price action. It's just too good to be true. If it's too good to be true, it's probably is, right? But this area right here for Litecoin, the $180 area, is just a fantastic buying opportunity for Litecoin if Bitcoin bounces. You're not supposed to be buying Bitcoin here if crypto market crashes, if Bitcoin continues to crash, because there's nothing special about Litecoin. It's just, it's not like this is the future of crypto. You know what I mean? It's Litecoin, so it's not nothing special about Litecoin. It's just the fact that it has some pretty nice upside potential. You know, it has some pretty nice upside potential. I can definitely see this being a very high risk to reward trade with, you know, profit around this area, and then potentially even higher. So the risk reward on a trade like this on LTC is very, very nice, because we know that if the crypto market continues higher and Litecoin actually forms around the bottom here, I mean, Bitcoin forms around the bottom and starts trading higher, Litecoin will follow, and Litecoin has pretty good upside potential. All right, guys, with that short TA on Litecoin, I'm out for today. I'd like to thank you all for joining, and see you guys in the next one. Take care.